So, well, well, we also have some Chinese central government's policies to adjust this real estate market. And do you think, well, the Chinese real estate market exists some bubbles or?
That's a fantastic question, too. I give only my point of view. Huh? We are right. In Europe or in Monaco, it's very different because it's a luxury, safe and private place. But in Europe, for example, the real estate market have a very huge and long past behind him, and it's always very difficult to change the past. But when you have to build the future, it's so interesting. So that thing, a real estate luxury market have to be regulate. You have to regulate the market. The problem that we have in Europe that we don't regulate and everybody could buy and sell, and the buyers and sellers just create the market, the price and everything like that. And that's a problem, for example, for the middle class or the higher middle class. They have problems to access to this sort of luxury or middle market luxury. So if you could make a regulation, I know that, for example, in China, the developers don't want to decrease the price of certain projects. And I know that the government said, okay, you have to decrease a little bit the price because there are a lot of Chinese people that they could, but they can't because the price is a little bit higher. And we don't want to make speculation on real estate right now. It's not good to do that. I think that's the right choice from my point of view. Perhaps the rich people or the developers are not happy about that. But I think not a lot, but small regulation is necessary if you don't want to make grow up your bubble. Because when the bubble is too much grow up, we see what happened, for example, in the United States.
Yeah, so use is the major function for the residents in China. So maybe, well, at present, we have to regulate a little bit more the speculation in the real estate industry to offer more houses for the people.
Yeah.
You are the CEO for this magazine,
yeah.
or you're the chief editor. Yeah, this is Luxe Immo.
Luxe Immo.
Yeah, and I quickly review this magazine. There are a lot of luxury real estate, arts, and interesting article stories in this magazine. So could you tell us why do you want to create this magazine originally?
Oh, I'm publisher since a long time. We work in Monaco with a very, very famous and very important company. We work for example, for the Automobile Club of Monaco. We organize a Grand Prix of Formula One. I know you know this Grand Prix. In Monaco, and we published that makes such for this year a very specific box about the 100th anniversary of the Rally of Monte Carlo. We work for Father Yacht, we have a lot of prestigious clients, and we publish magazine or books or art books or whatever for these clients. And there 2 years ago, I really want to create my own magazine to control everything, the contents, what we are talking about, and everything like that. And for me, like I was explaining before, like art and luxury real estate is two things so nearest. We decided to create this magazine, and the magazine talk about luxury real estate and contemporary art.
So what you want to tell your readers through this magazine?
Oh, the readers, the target or the readers of this magazine are very, very high-level target. The cheap of the magazine is to give advice to the rich people. We talk a lot with the people, and people say, for example, what is after make money with your money, for example, what is the two subjects it could be interesting you? First one is luxury real estate. We love luxury real estate, something fantastic. Imagine a house, the sea, the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I read it, I really, really love those
yeah, everybody
houses.
wants that, you know.
Yeah.
It's so nice quality of life. And after the people say, we are very exciting about art. Oh, I say art, of course, I love art, but why? Because art, it's something universal. You could come to see a painting of a Russian, Ukrainian, whatever artist. You could feel something. You don't need to be Russian. You could be Chinese. Whatever your religion, your nationality, what language you talk, when you see a piece of art, you could have a sensation. So it's something very universal, you know. So I thought, okay, this is two of your points. I'm not going to read a book about financial placement or whatever. So we really decide to try to give advice to rich people how to invest money in contemporary art, on where they could find the most beautiful house or most beautiful apartment in south of France. It was our motivation doing this magazine.
You want to, through this magazine, introduce the houses to your art, to your readers, or you want to introduce arts?
Both.
Both. So,
you know why? Because just the first year was not so easy because after making an analysis about what exists like publishing all around the world, we see that that don't really exist to publish a book with real estate, luxury real estate, and contemporary art. Not so much. Sometimes lifestyle magazine talk about art. Sometimes they present very beautiful houses. But all the months we present between 4 or 6 new emergent artists and we have something like 50, 55 pages presenting luxury yellows. So it's really the focus of the magazine. And in March, we have a very, very nice partnership with the Armory Show. It's one of the most important art fair in the world. In 2013, they are going to have 100 years existence. So it's something very important. More than 300 galleries around the world come there. All the collectors of the world come there, buy, and it's incredible. We have partnership with this event. And the man who organized the event, Paul Morris, proposed to me to visit private apartment with private collection. That's something very specific. After 1 year working in this concept, 1 year existing, when I visit this apartment, I really understand that I'm right in my choice talking about these two subjects, because I visit apartment about 2,000 square meters in the 5th Avenue of New York, and inside the apartment you have something like 1,500 pieces of art everywhere, even in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the toilets, you know, everywhere. And the man is a crazy man about collection. And there are a lot of people like that. And tell me, you're right, it's a very good idea, because I'm a real estate investors, but I'm a art investors too. So these subjects are very, very close.
When your magazine enter into one country's market, you will cooperate with the local publishers and also cooperate with the local real estate companies.
Of course.
Yeah.
Developers, I know that developers are very interesting. And I really want to work, I really want to have a partnership with a publisher here. I can't do it by myself, I'm sure. You know, so we really need to find a partner. Yeah.
This is the first time for you to come to China.
Yes.
And what's your impression about China and Beijing, especially for the city and also the heart of China?
The city is fantastic. I don't take so much time to visit, but we drive a lot in Beijing, and I think Beijing is very. Before coming here, we heard so much things, and we heard a lot about China since a long time in Europe. China, powerful of China, development of China, it's very interesting. So we always have an idea, and I say I don't want to try to think a lot about that. I will discover when I will be there. And I think Beijing is a very, very nice city, very developed, and very interesting. I can't tell too much things about China right now. I need to, perhaps after my 2 weeks trip, business trip, it will be more, I have more ideas. But I'm really not surprised. I feel good. I mean, it's a very interesting city. And art is very interesting too.
So do you have the plan to, well, publish the Chinese edition of this Luxe Immo magazine in China?
It will be, I think, a good opportunity for us if we could find a good partner. We can't do that alone. This market is very different from our market. We need really to find a partner and perhaps investors that they want to work with us to develop this kind of product. But I think luxury real estate and art, even everywhere in China, are very, very interesting subject to develop, because you are doing it now, you know.
So you think the Chinese market is a potential market for your magazine?
I think it's a fantastic market in real estate, of course. We just walk in Beijing and you see there's so much construction. The developers are so numerous, and not only in Beijing, I mean in a lot of cities here. And art, it's something very, very interesting too, because it really starts to be interesting. I don't know so much contemporary art in China, but I mean, personally, some piece I've saw is very, very interesting. And we don't have to forget one thing. It's what we were talking about before, that we could do a Chinese version of Luxe Immo with European product, to promote European product in China, and put Chinese product, I mean product artists and real estate, luxury real estate. And we could diffuse that in Europe too. We can't forget that art, it's a fantastic way to communicate about your own society with your own artist outside. So that means we could make really exchange or move information east from west, west from east. And I think in art it could be very, very interesting.
那么今天呢，David先生就全球房地产市场，特别是高端房地产业与我们纵论天下。同时呢，他还有对比和分析了中西方文化之间的不同在建筑中的体现。感谢 David 先生做客我们节目 ，Thank you for visiting our program.
Thank you very much to you.
同时呢，感谢观众朋友们收看我们节目，我们下期节目再见。
再见，拜拜，Thank you.